Whoop whoop, and what the fuck is up, y'all? How is everyone doing on fucking Friday night? Fucking, fucking TZ, fuck that timer. Everyone been having a good day? Fucking hope so. It's fucking Friday, y'all. It's been a hectic ass fucking day, but you know what? We're here and we're ready to rock and roll. So tonight, our guest is gonna be Stoney Pearce. Y'all might know who she is. She's been coming up rapping and shit pretty fucking hard the last couple of years, putting in work, or last year putting in some work. So I'm pretty stoked to have her on the show. Um, Our guest or host tonight is KillaByNature. He stepped up last minute and fucking made shit happen. So I appreciate the fuck out of him. So I'm gonna bring him out real quick first. Thank God it's fucking Friday. What up, Cody Carnage? What's good, TZ? How you doing, girl? Fucking TGIF, exactly. All right, let's bring fucking and fuck that timer. All right, we're gonna go ahead and bring out KillaByNature.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop whoop. What's good, famo? How are you doing,
Like,
homie?
just smoking on some of that space gas, feeling pretty good.
You got
Feeling pretty
gas in
good.
the motherfucking blunt.
Hey, I am kind of having a little bit of issues, but it's because of my fucking phone security bullshit. So just give me a second. Let me figure out these settings. I'm trying to figure it out.
Cool. That's our guest. She is working on her way in, so no rush. We all know how that goes. But
Yep.
yeah, so you're sucking down a space gas, you lucky motherfucker. Um,
Yeah. I had some fucking random juggalo hit me up the last day of the gathering. It was just like, we have the new space
that's what's
gas. Do you
up.
want it? And I was like, of course I fucking want it. And then it was like a
So is
scavenger
it
hunt, dude. I had to find them, and you know how hard it is to find anybody at the gathering.
any bud, or you had to find this particular
Yes,
person?
I had to find this particular person. It was like a fucking scavenger hunt. When I finally found it, I cherished it. And like, yeah, I'm gonna cherish this
All
eight
right,
for a fucking like a week, and then it'll be gone. But
that's shit. An eighth last you a week.
no, an eight lasts me
I don't
about a
even know.
motherfucking day. But this eight's gonna last me a week
Right. That's all I'm saying.
because it came with a cool little bag too. The bag's in the house. Fucking, I caught one of those pound Waco bags. You know what I'm talking about? The big old Airheads bags. Yeah,
Yeah,
that bitch was
the
slap. Yeah,
wacko
that bitch
bags.
was slap empty, but the bag's full.
That's what's up. Yeah. I saw Wacko's going on that next clown tour. That's pretty fucking dope.
Man, I got a homegirl of mine. I don't actually even know if she's watching the show. Her name's Lydia, but she's been begging me to do a song with Waco for like months. Yeah,
Wacko.
and I don't know. I
Yeah, is he
don't
pretty
know if
easy to
our
get along with?
style would really match because I don't auto tune. But at the same time, I'd be willing to try it. You know.
Autotune's not that big of a fucking deal. What up, Freedom? How you doing? Uh, Subjectively, I do like to put on just a hair for polish and make sure that all my shit's on point. Kind of like almost like, and this is gonna sound really cheese dick, like Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera would after
Yeah.
they already hit the shit right, just to put a little polish on it. But I don't like to go for the full T paint effect. Like I had one song I tried like that in the beginning, and I thought I got rid of it, and then fucking Mid South Monster calls me when he's fucking recording his last album, and he's bumping his shit in the background. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And then the motherfucker starts sending me AI fucking covers of it. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. So yeah, moral of the story, shit doesn't disappear on the internet. Apparently, it goes somewhere else.
Man, so actually, I've got an album out, or it's gonna be an album out with D Nutty.
Let's talk about
I
that.
don't know if you know who D Nutty is.
I do, I
Yeah,
do.
but he's in the fucking rap game, but he's AI. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. So what does that mean?
AI. It's like the internet created a song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the song's like fire, but except you can't make any kind of money off of it because nobody actually made it. The internet did.
So he's walking around performing AI
Well,
tracks. Is that what you're
no,
telling
he's
me?
not performing them. He's just making them, and they're
Oh, okay.
fire. Like I'm gonna release a whole. I'm
Okay. Is he
releasing.
like releasing them? Like is it or is like his whole separate genre? They do it differently, or how's that work?
AI is responsible for not dark lettuce. Yeah, dark lettuce. Have you heard about that? You've seen that circulating around?
I've heard. I got sent a video. I didn't watch it and fucking sit there and vibe out to some dark lettuce. I get what AI does, and I get it. Basically, it's artificial intelligence to remake the shit. But what I'm wondering is, are artists actually fucking rolling around, fucking like putting this shit out as their own, or is this not that?
Well, I feel like yeah, a lot of artists are putting it out as their own, but stuff they can't like make any money off of it because it's not their lyrics.
Right.
Like, I mean, D Nutty's doing it for shits and giggles, but I know artists that
Right.
are actually trying to make it in the game with AI, and I don't feel like if you didn't originally make that shit, it's not yours, man.
Right. Because I got into a conversation with, I don't remember what, it was the host of another show one time. And he sent me this guy shit, and this guy apparently was trying to get on and get an interview. And this guy apparently was walking around pushing his shit that was his, but he was basically being fraudulent about it, like, because it was AI. So this is not that, correct?
Yeah, this ain't that.
Okay, I fuck with that.
D Nutty comes out and says off the rip that he's AI. It's
Okay.
all AI shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got to give this like this chat GPT or whatever the fuck they use a prompt to make it work. Like you have to write a good story for it to write a good song.
Right.
So you can't just be an illiterate person using like AI and it would work because you
So-
have to. You, my bad.
No, you're good. Actually, I was gonna let you finish, but my AED actually fucking tried to cut you off. But what was I say? So I've done artwork with AI the same fucking way that I would, and I don't see anything wrong with it except for the fact that someone's not getting paid. But when you learn how to fucking work with nothing and make $1 out of 15 cents and shit,
Yes.
and try to put together quality artwork, sometimes you gotta do what you
Yes.
gotta do.
Yeah,
You know,
no. I feel like artwork AI and fucking lyric AI is completely different.
Right, and that's what I was kind of gonna say because I know I sit there and I put fucking. I have a hard time just writing fucking half-ass lyrics. Like I struggle with that. Like I have to give it all or nothing, and like that would just
Yeah.
really fuck with me. Like if all of a sudden I just spit a bunch of fucking word vomit into a fucking.
Man, I was just
search
talking
engine.
to Yami, which me and Yami finally squashed our beef at the
I saw
gathering
that.
of the Juggalos.
You guys are like besties.
We're gonna do a whole EP together
Okay.
because just because we was like I wouldn't even call it beefing, but it was just like fuck that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Wasn't
he
beefing,
came
it was
up
just
to me at the
horrible fucking-
gathering and gave me a hug, and when I seen Juggalos throw piss on him and he still performed, that's a G,
Oh, I got
bro.
nothing bad to say about the guy. Yami's fan.
Yeah, that's a G. That's a G, dog. So
I stuck
like
up
when
to
he
beforehand, dude, and like honestly, he did better than Ill Bill, and fucking so I ain't, and that sucks. That Ill Bill's supposedly a fucking legend. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Ill Bill basically.
can't believe that motherfucker ran off stage when he asked for it too, man. He literally said, "If you throw a water bottle at me,
He
I'm
knew
gonna
what the fuck he
leave."
was getting into. What do you think he's fucking special or something? Come on.
That's what I expect. That's what I was saying to my girl. Did he expect some kind of special treatment or some shit
He's
because
fucking
he was
Beyonce or something? Come on.
yeah, dude. I completely agree with that shit.
Well, shit, man. Let's bring out our guest. She's here. She's got it figured out.
Oh yeah.
So unless y'all been sitting under a rock, you've heard this name, you've seen it around. Fucking, she's been making moves and shit. So this is Stoney Pearce, and we're glad to have her on the show. Let's bring her out.
Hell yeah.
What's up, guys?
What's up? I don't
What's
see
good? How you
your
doing?
eyes. I just see your teeth smiling at me.
I guess I'm
Nah,
a little cattywampus.
I'm just clowning, dog. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you
likewise.
too.
So how's your evening been going?
Busy as fuck. I just dropped Keys off, Bankart Beats off at the airport. He left Texas. He's going back to Indiana today.
Okay. Yeah, I talked to him a little bit in the text because I was trying to make sure y'all got the messages and shit. So cool. Yeah, he said he was on a plane.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
That's dope. So you got any more? You got any new songs coming out or anything? You got any? Oh, hold on one second. This fucking stupid thing. My bad.
Yeah, that I was wondering what happened to her.
No, it's my computer. Like it does this dumb shit. Hold on.
All
It
right.
wants me to do it. It keeps doing this thing. I did something stupid to it today, so I gotta fix it tomorrow. But did she drop out or is she still in the chat? I can't see until I get rid of this shit.
I don't see her.
Okay. She'll come back. Sometimes it kicks people out. Let's see. Yeah, it's doing this thing. It keeps trying to get me to go into the fucking play shop and do a bunch of weird shit. So I did something when I was trying to fucking download the TikTok app, which I should have never fucking done. So I'm just going to go through and take it all off here in a minute after the show's done. But until then, I got to fucking deal with it, apparently. Yep, go to the after. Okay, we're back. There she is.
Am I okay?
My apologies. My computer went full fucking stupid ass. Sorry about that.
You're all good.
My,
I don't.
hold on. Yeah, my computer's lagging. Sorry about that. All right, there we are.
And I
But
have
yeah, so
terrible service too where I'm at.
fair enough.
Are
We'll
you
make
in
it through it.
Texas?
Try to hook up to my hotspot real quick. Maybe that'll help me out too.
Fair enough. You're in Texas right now, you said?
Yeah.
How's the weather out there?
That's why you got booty service. You're in Texas. Nah, I'm just
I,
kidding, Juggalos. Don't hunt me down.
it's
You're in Texas.
no, you're right. I'm out here in the boonies, so yeah, it's like really fucking bad service.
Fair enough.
Man,
That
I had
should have.
great service at the gathering. What about y'all?
You know, my phone was. I let one of my phones go dead and not pay the bill, and the other one was good, but I didn't have no service. So I
I
just
had
kind of
great.
enjoyed not having them on. But there's a few people that were annoyed because like, dude, I've been hitting up your fucking phone all day. And I'm like, oh yeah, about that.
I checked my phones at night, but like the point it will go is like in Ohio, I had 5 bars, dude. I don't even have 5 bars in my hood, so
Really?
Nope, I got 3.
Okay, we'll make it work. Well, shit. So I mean, I guess I asked you before the computer decided it was stupid. You got any new songs you're working on, new projects, singles,
I
full length?
actually have a few songs. I'm like in this writer block era in my stage of writing. I don't know what the fuck is going on with me. I don't know if it's like a life crisis type shit, a midlife crisis type shit, but I've actually sat down and started working on 3 songs and I've started them, but I've not finished them. I don't know if it's like a work
man,
in
you sound like
progress
me,
for like.
dude. I got like 5, 6 songs open on my fucking computer currently.
Yeah, it's never happened to me. Usually I can sit down and I can write a whole fucking song and finish it within at least 3 days flat if it takes the longest. And
Right.
one day usually is how I do it, but 3 days to critique it, to find the extra ad libs that I want to add to it or whatever. But yeah, right now I'm just like stuck with 3 songs and I don't know which one I really want to put my main focus on because that's kind of what Keith is like told me to like do is just pick one and kind of lean on it and kind of just try to finish it. But it's like every single day I'll lean on that one, but then I lose the momentum or the wordings that I want to put down for it. So I'm like, trash that. I'll start over fresh tomorrow. And then I usually start with a
That
different
sucks.
song. So I'm like, fuck.
Fair
Dude,
enough.
I feel like every artist has so many songs that they just put on the back burner, quote unquote. That there's like
Yeah.
albums sitting in your fucking mind, you know.
Oh man, I have like a shitload of songs that I wrote when I was like 15 on the acoustic guitar. But I
Nice.
never went to the studio and recorded them. But me and Keith actually talked about it. That's going to be something that we're planning on working on in the near future. I'm just going to go to
Okay.
the studio and lay down a bunch of fucking acoustic tracks, and he's going to take them and recreate them. And I'm really excited to see what he does with them because
That's dope.
Vanish, literally Vanish was made from just my vocals. He grabbed my vocals, me singing it just like that, and made a whole beat around my vocals.
That's fucking dope. No, I'm a fan
Yeah,
of his,
dude.
his beats too. Like, so I always like hearing his beats. I'm actually gonna try to cop one before his little sale goes off ends. And
Dude,
for
yeah, before the end of the month, you need to.
right, right,
There's
yeah,
a
he's
sale
got
going
fucking
on.
$75 beats,
I'll
dude. No
make you
coupon.
a jingle for one.
A
A jingle.
jingle?
That is no, I'm being serious. I made jingles for everybody in the Juggalo community, and like it has benefited me in ways that because I'm a nonprofit organization. I'm not asking nothing for nothing from nobody, you
Right,
know.
Okay.
right.
Like I just do it for people, dude. And I've had people give me bud and give me mushroom bars and all kinds of shit, and it was just
Okay.
like, oh, y'all are the shit, dude. You know?
We'll work for drugs.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah, I guess.
Fair enough. Well, I guess that's my next question. So, what is the writing process normally for you like when you don't have writer's block? Is it usually pretty smooth? You said you buzz stuff out in like a day or so, or
Yeah, it's actually an interesting process for me, actually. Like, a lot of people have their own ways, and it's really comforting to, like, talk about this with other artists and then be like, dude, I write my music the same fucking way. Sometimes I'm like, I'm in a car and I'm just listening to the beat over and over and over again, and I'll come up with something. Like, usually I'll just sit there and play with the melody first, find my melody, and then I'll start singing something off the top of my head. Usually the words don't fucking make any goddamn sense.
Right.
But then finally I'll come up with a couple lines that I actually fucking like that fit with the fucking song. And then those two lines will base the whole fucking song.
I
Basically,
actually do that too.
that sounds about right. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
XO.
Well,
My
you're good,
bad.
man.
Go
Well, that's
ahead.
fine. But no, I'll find myself doing that too, especially if I have like a good hook melody or something. Like I'll get the melody first, and then I'll worry about the words. And sometimes I'll
Yeah,
just throw
exactly.
fucking placeholder words in there that they're not. I'll call them working hooks or whatever. But like, yeah,
Yes.
just to kind of keep the
Yep.
melody. Yeah.
Yep.
What I'll normally do is I'll go on BandLab and make a demo. Rather than have it instead of writing it down.
I
It's like,
record myself. I'll
yeah,
sit there
same.
and video record myself. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I've done that with a lot of songs because I know I won't be able to go back and rewrite those lyrics. Because
Exactly.
every song that I've ever made and have made has usually been one takes or two takes.
That's
Like
crazy.
Yeah.
it, well, it's just how I do it is I lay out a hook first, and somehow, some way, I find this fucking hook in this song, and once I find that hook, that just based the whole profit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You got the
Yes.
That's the
introduction, you
bar.
got the conclusion, and it's like I don't know. Everybody writes music differently, but whoever's got writer's block, I suggest that they play the ABC game, and you know what the
ABC
ABC
game.
game is,
What's
right?
that?
you
No.
you
Hmm.
create a song using the syllables, A B C D E F G. Can you create
Okay.
a rhyme scheme going with that? You know what I'm saying? And if you can't, look up some shit, learn something new. There's
Right.
thousands of
That's what
words
I
that we
Vocabulary.
don't
love
even
to
fucking
do.
know.
Yeah, I love to do that. That's like my one of my oldest. Well, actually, it's my first hip hop song that I actually made back in 2013. Is called "Lonely." I actually say it's been an ingraining hell, and everybody's like, "What the fuck does ingraining mean?" I'm like, "Go look it up. Learn some,
Yeah,
learn something new today."
that's what I'm saying. It's okay to use vocabulary that's not in everybody else's regimen.
Oh man, it's intriguing because you're sparking knowledge, and it also like if a real one wants to know a word, they're
Yeah,
like,
it's
"What
like
the fuck does that mean?"
knowledge is power, and if you just made somebody look up a fucking word, then you just help benefit them in some way, which is the reason that I
Exactly,
do music in the first place. So
exactly. That's why I listen to
Well,
music.
and that's what's cool at hip hop too. Is you can take big. You could actually have a big vocabulary, but you could also use slang, and
yes,
you
slang is
can
the best
you can
fucking
you
shit.
can
Like,
bastardize the English language where you say yeah, yeah. You can make different words rhyme with different shit the way you enunciate it and
Right,
shit. So
exactly.
and yeah, so and then you can also throw in a big word and shit and just throw people way the fuck off. It's awesome.
I put the word
But yeah, I know
hypothetical.
at one point.
Oh,
At one point, I had writer's block really bad, and I would load 5 different fucking songs into my into my DAW, and then fucking I get sick of one, go to the next one. I mean, that didn't work too well. It sounded good on paper, but I just say fuck it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's me. Like I'll have something fully written out, and like I'll go through it, and I'm just like, man, I don't like it. Trash the whole fucking thing and start over.
it happened.
I don't do that though. When I throw them away, I throw them in this file that's called the throwaway
Dude,
file, and then
hold on, I have it. Hold on.
The recycling bin.
Yes,
The
dude.
recycling bin.
Yes, dude. Yes.
I got something for that.
the throwaway file.
I'm
I
not
know.
fucking
Actually,
playing, dude. I'm not
I'm a
fucking playing.
hoarder, so
It's literally a fucking file, bro. Look.
well, mine's on a
Oh shit.
computer,
Okay.
but that's dope.
Like, see?
That's
Like
what's up.
I fucking have all my fucking shit that I started and didn't finish. I just in case, I'm fucking going through something. I just like see I even fucking piece shit together. Like I'll have something I wrote when I was like 15, and then I'll fucking find something that I
Mhm.
wrote when I was like 18, and I'll fucking mash them together, and the shit actually works, and it's like cool that I did that shit,
Right.
and it actually made a whole song. I think I did that with whew, Love Story.
Okay.
I think if
That's
I'm not
dope though.
mistaken, I did that with Love Story because I had a whole different verse written for. No, I don't think it was Love Story actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, hold on, give me one second. I can tell you what song it is. Oh,
That's what's up.
Picking up the pieces. Yeah, so
Okay.
and that's actually the latest song that I just released. So and
Okay.
And that one's kind of like a country rap vibe, I guess you could say.
All right. That's cool though. Like at least you're showing versatility. That's what's up.
Yeah, dude, I
Fucking
grew up on like metal and fucking 80s music from my mom and
same.
shit, you know, and my dad, and man, it was like Slayer and Metallica every single day. And then my mom is
Yeah,
listening
I
to
had a really.
Prince.
That's what's up. Yeah, I have really eclectic music influences too. It's kind of I started playing when I was like 16 at punk bands and shit, playing guitar.
Hey, that's
And so
badass.
I was gonna stay to actually all right with the melodies first too, as being more of a guitar player, and I didn't actually learn how to play to a click until like way down the line, and that was just wanting to break bad self-taught habits.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I don't even need to use any of it now unless I want to go back and play in the studio, which I do plan on doing at some point. But yeah, what up, Swill? How you doing? We got Swill in the house.
Swilly.
Yep, Uncle Swill.
Bro, he
Fucking
made this meme called Free Swilly, and it was the funniest fucking meme. I spit milk out my nose, and it was not cool.
they be doing that.
Shout out to Swilly for making me spit milk out my fucking
Yeah,
nose.
he's gonna
Pretty
be on after
slowly.
this at 9:15.
Free Swilly.
Free Swill. But what was I gonna say? So do you normally write the hook? You say you normally go with melody. Do you normally? What up, Yami? Midnight Yami's in the house. Whoop whoop. What up, Glizzy
What's
God?
up, Glizzy
Fucking
God?
But what was I say? You say you normally start off writing the melody. So you usually start with the hook, ever, or does it really matter?
Yeah, no, it usually doesn't really matter. I try to always start with a hook,
Okay.
but like I said,
Mhm.
sometimes I'll just piece shit together and it'll be the first verse. Like picking up the pieces, I know if you like
Mhm.
take a listen to it, I go right into the fucking verse. There's no hook that starts it. And that's what started that whole song. And everybody was like, God damn, like that was like the longest verse. Like I had Keith extend that beat just a little bit at the beginning, just for that part because it's a little extended on that first verse.
That's what's up. So you got to extend it to make it fit like time.
Yeah, well, it was just I had a lot to say, you know what I mean? Like that one
Mhm.
I found that poem and I think I had just lost my aunt. She had just died.
Okay.
And that's kind of where picking up the pieces comes from cuz y- she was real close with me like when I was growing up and my mom she kind of drank a lot and got a little abusive. So there was my aunt who was there for me a lot. So I leaned on my aunt. When I lost her, that shit really hurt because like a little voice inside of me was like, "Hey, you need to go visit her." Because I was kind of through her neighborhood, but I like ignored my gut feeling. It was like I had so much to do, but I was like, I don't have time. She probably doesn't even have time for me either. And it was really fucked up for me to
Right.
think that because literally 3 days later she died. And
Right. It's one of those moments that you don't forget.
yeah, it fucked me up, dude. Like I was fucked up for days because I was like, man, I should have listened to my gut. Why don't I ever listen to my fucking gut? I can guarantee you though, now I do. And it's been good. Shit. Every time I listen, something good's happened.
Yeah, I got something like that before my like 2 days before my dad OD'd in
Damn,
2017.
I'm sorry.
I was oh it happens. But I was in college at the time and I was doing this biology thing for butterflies. So I was trying to drive out in the middle of the woods to find these monarch butterflies the rest of the fucking science class. And I pull over and I get this weird fucking voicemail, and he sounds frantic and he acts like he sounded like way out of it, and like I've been trying to call him. I messaged him back and said, "Bro, what are you doing right now? Like I even tried to call you. You fucked up or something? Like what's going on?" And I didn't really hear back from him. But 2 days later, he died. Fucking Percocet. Knowing him, he probably drank on him
Damn.
too, and that was that. Unfortunately, but yeah, it was one of those weird things because I had just started talking to him like a year before. Like I pretty much disowned him for like 10 years before that, and so it's one of those weird things. But yeah, so
No, I can relate. My dad was addicted to pills too. Both my parents were. It was
My
Xanax for them. Their
dad,
drug of choice is Xanax.
my dad's alcoholic. I don't drink. I smoke my body weight in weed, but
mhm.
Cheers.
yeah, but I
They don't
don't
call me
really
Stoney for nothing, baby.
Is that your actual name or is that a moniker?
No, it's definitely a nickname that was given to me by the streets when I was 13 years old.
That's what's up.
2003,
Okay,
baby.
that's
Yeah.
what's up. That's what's up. Okay, I feel it. Yeah, fucking. What was I gonna
But
say?
there's a reason they called me that.
Right. It's a name that stuck with you, obviously, personality and habit wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Yeah, my dad was actually an alcoholic. He didn't start getting into pills till the end, and that I kind of blame myself because I told him to get his back fixed because I had just had 2 back surgeries that were hereditary, and
Dude,
so I'm like,
no,
look, go see
sometimes
your
that
damn
shit
doctor.
happens.
Right? I'm like, go see your damn doctor. You're gonna get you out of this damn pain because like he would just walk around with the shit like a hunchback. And I'm like, bro, go get your fucking. You
Yeah.
got herniated discs. Are
Dude,
you
yeah,
over
that's exactly what happened with my dad. My dad had back pain, dude, and got addicted to pills. So, like, I fucking sit with
Right.
you on that one.
Yeah, and
It's not your
you know,
fault, dude. It's not your fault. This
no,
shit just happened.
I know it's not, but it was me that kind of encouraged him to go get that taken care of, and part of that was getting on the pills. I mean, honestly, the way he
Yeah,
partied,
but
But he needed to take care of it.
yeah, yeah, he was going to suffer with that for the rest of his life or kill himself. So I mean, it was one of the other. It was he liked his fucking cheap vodka, and I know fucking
The back pain would have fucking killed him eventually because I watched my father not go to the hospital and he ended up on the floor, dude. And he was on the floor for weeks. Like, he couldn't go to work. We ended up losing our place to live and shit. It got bad. And then my mom forced him to go get help and he got on pills and it helped him, but he was addicted and he got worse and worse and worse.
my
But
mom
he's doing good
was
now. He quit. He's been sober for years now.
that's what's up.
Yeah,
meth
I'm proud of him.
meth destroyed my mom and shit. Like
Yeah.
I don't fuck with meth or hard drugs. I believe everybody should get trippy. Get in touch with their third eye
Yeah.
every now and then. But I have nothing against smoking. I don't even mind people doing coke every now and then. But the thing about doing the drug is you do the drug, you don't let the drug do you. You know.
Right.
And that's not as easy for everybody. So you got to know your
Right.
limitations and shit. And like
So go
I'm
ahead.
afraid to
I don't
trip on
know.
shrooms.
As they say, we
Right,
we
yeah.
all. My girl had a bad trip at the gathering on
See,
shrooms.
that's why. See, that's
Yeah,
why. I don't want that. I'm already a sensitive, emotional ass person, so I can
Right.
already envision that shit happening. I'm cool smoking weed and tripping already.
So that's why I don't drink because it's like Jekyll and Hyde with what you deal
yes,
with.
yes.
And then to not to play devil's advocate, but for to give a different perspective as to what Killa was saying. Like honestly, I found that stimulants actually numbed emotions, like when I was trying to deal with
I
them. And so
see.
Yeah,
Here's
completely, completely.
I found the combination of crack and meth very appealing because I could function through life, yeah, like a crackhead, but at the same point in time, I wasn't dealing with emotional baggage. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and that was its appeal. Like, but I've been doing this recovery thing for like about a year now. Often, I've had some
and
slip ups.
I'm proud as fuck of you, dog.
I used to go hard in the paint. Let's put it that way.
Look. I
I
know.
understand.
Just between you and motherfucking me, what happened at the gathering stays at the gathering. You dig? I'm proud of you, dog.
Oh no, I was good up until the last couple of days, and then I went a little bender. Fair enough.
I know you
Um,
went on a little bender, dog, and if I help encourage that in any way, I'm sorry because I just wanted you to party with me.
Bro, I don't even remember you encouraging that. I am a grown ass adult, and fucking that was all my doing, just like it
Facts,
always was.
big facts.
But yeah, no, but I was pretty good up until the last couple days, and then I decided I was gonna do a bunch of blow. But on the bright side, I didn't go get in the soda and rock it up, so it win win.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
but yeah, but no,
but
I
I
mean,
mean,
gathering's fun though for the most part. And with psychedelics, like I will occasionally, but it's got to be the right atmosphere, and it's usually not mushrooms. Like mushrooms are just too weird for me, and like I don't like the way my stomach feels when I do it. Acid's cool to an extent. Like I took acid. I think. Are you still in here, TZ? We took acid like the last night of the gathering. It's pretty fucking dope. Except I didn't know what the fuck it was for a minute, but that's all right. I know Swill had asked me to do something, run an errand for him, and I was like, yeah. And all of a sudden, I get these 2 acid tabs. So me and TZ take them and fucking we're sitting up there on this hill, and fucking next thing I know, we went on the fucking Ferris wheel because I'm like, let's ride some rides. And fucking next thing I know, I'm walking down at the end of the clowns watching that fucking show, and it was just fucking insane. Like at the end of the acid trip, let's put it that way. I mean, and that's about as much as I'll do it. Like I don't really go too hard in that paint can. And alcohol I just stay away from because it's literally like Jekyll and Hyde, man. It's something crazy is gonna happen. It's either gonna be funny crazy or fucking oh shit, like
Right.
fight the
Yeah.
whole dog crazy. So I just stay the fuck away from that shit. It's caused more problems than anything else. Honestly, it's caused more problems than fucking stimulants in my experience anyway. So that being
Yeah.
said, yeah. But anyway, but
I
who
so
hear
the hell
you.
is your music? Like who influenced you to be an artist?
Um, I really don't know if it was my father because he was performing and playing in his band Far From Grace and other bands prior to that all my childhood, or if it was just the music itself. But
Okay.
by the time I was 11, my dad picked up an electric guitar, and it was like a hard time through, what we were going through. Our electricity just got shut off. We were like months away from losing our place and shit.
Damn.
And we had candles lit. Yeah, like I grew up in poverty, man. Like that's why I
That's
like
it.
fight hard for
I
what the fuck I
definitely
have.
get
And
it,
I'm
bro.
like, I'm really fucking hungry to get where I'm going because I mean, shit, I didn't never have it. You know what I mean? And I waited
Yeah.
my turn all my life, so I'm not waiting my turn. I'm coming for it. You know what I
Same for
mean?
sure. Yeah, that's what's up.
So
Um,
my dad picks up the guitar and he's like, "You're gonna fucking learn this shit." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You're gonna learn it." And I was like, "Okay." So I play rhythm guitar. I ain't no lead. I ain't no fucking great guitar player or anything, but I can keep a rhythm. And I've written several songs on the guitar that people have begged me to play over and over again, which feels great because, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, you should do country music." And I cannot stand country music. But, that's
Yeah,
what they fucking
I
tell
can
me.
agree with that. You know,
Influences for me
like
would be like Evanescence and like
okay.
Linkin Park or like Stone Temple Pilots or
Mhm.
even fucking Alice in Chains. Big time
What do you
Alice in
think of
Chains.
Linkin Park with fucking with the new singer?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't listened, and it's not because I don't support the decision. It's just because I'm not. It breaks my heart too much. It's a little sensitive topic because Chester is also a big influence in my
Right.
music and how I write too. Like
Mhm.
not only that, but just as a person, I sit beside him and I can totally fucking relate to him. Like the dude literally pours his pain on paper, and that's exactly what I
That
do.
part.
And like how he feels is exactly how I feel every fucking day. And just it's fucked up that he's gone. And I'm not gonna get too into detail because people will call me a conspiracy theorist, but I just think it's a little fucking crazy how him and Cornell died kind of close together, and
Right.
they were both
That
kind of
is
they were
fucking
both kind of fighting to spread the word about something that's being not
that
talked
was
about
being covered
enough.
up, yeah, and something that was kind of being swept under the rug. And I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know if I believe that or not, but it's possible. It's
you
highly
got
possible.
Epstein, man.
For
But yeah,
me,
no, I
like
haven't
But
all
taken any
shit for putting out
listen,
a
but
pop album, which was
I know that. Oh man, but that album was fucking amazing, and Chester
right.
still,
And
man,
I remember Chester arguing with people online because they were giving him shit for putting out a pop album. But if you listen to it after he died, that was probably one of the darkest albums they did lyrically. Like he's literally talking about death
he
constantly.
literally
And you
poured
look,
his pain. He poured his
right,
pain
right,
out on paper. He's letting everybody know that he doesn't feel okay, that he doesn't feel
right,
normal, that
and that's exactly what
something's
it was.
off.
But and that was what was weird about it because it was done with better mainstream sounding production, and it had a really almost like a pretty sound to it, but it was a pretty pop production. But it was definitely dark in its own regard, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was definitely a
Lyrically, it was
slowdown from a Linkin Park that we
haunting.
were used to.
Yeah, it was definitely haunting to listen to it
Yeah.
after the fact. It
Oh
was
man,
like
I still listen to the shit and cry every time I fucking
really,
hear that shit. Hmm.
yeah. And it's just crazy
Yeah,
because that
shit
album
fucks me
actually
up.
ended up being really popular when it got so much flack from their core fan base initially, and yeah,
Yeah.
but that's actually one of my favorite Linkin Park albums. And
Mine is
I like
Meteora.
Meteor is my all-time favorite. I like the Hunting Party because it's more obscure, even though it flopped on a mainstream success level. I like that it's got more
Yeah.
punk rock roots to it, and it's more gritty and
Yeah. Yeah.
less produced. But yeah, Meteor is my all-time favorite as well. Um,
Yeah. It was
so-
dope. It was like the perfect trap metal start for really like for
right,
me. That's what made me really want to combine rock and rap was listening to Linkin Park and
right,
Fred Durst, Limp Bizkit, all that shit. That was my era.
right. And that was late '90s, early 2000s. And what was cool about Linkin Park is yeah, they did some of that chugga chugga guitar shit, but Chester didn't. And that was one thing I always criticized about new metal is the singers always tried to sound overly masculine to the point where it just sounded fucking cheesy. Um, and, and, and
Yeah.
and toward Chester didn't do that. Chester actually sang with clean melodies, and he could scream too. And then Mike Shinoda kind of put the ad libs in there or whatever, and it just
the
worked. It was
story the
right,
story and the words, like you just take those words and you just sit there and listen, and like you said, it's haunting to just sit there and listen to those words now that he's gone. Like you
right.
hear his pain, and he might have been crying out for help, and people knew because he was talking about suicide. He talked about it
That
with
whole
his
album's got
fans,
suicide over
and
overtones and death, and
that's
you know what I mean?
that's a big reason why I sit beside him, because he sat with his fans and he was fighting for trafficking. He knew that
Yeah,
these kids were being fucking trafficked. So him and
right,
Cornell were spreading the word, and that shit's just is mind boggling. How, I guess he just tried to find something to ease his mind and put his time for purpose,
right,
and it was working.
right. It's just the way the album was received before versus after versus post humanist or whatever you want to say. It was very different.
Yeah,
Like I say, he got kind of flack. They're like, "Oh, you guys put out a fucking pop album, sellouts." Da, da, da. And then after he died, you hear the lyrics and they hit differently. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
he's literally like joking around the topic of death and what happens when he's not here and all this shit. Like literally every aspect to dying, and it was crazy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, do you have any good big shows coming up or tours you're planning on doing?
I mean, I'm doing this Wednesday thing every Wednesday now. I'm really honored and like stoked and happy that I have this
Okay,
opportunity. I found this really chill spot in San Antonio. This flyer popped up in my news feed, and it was from Jesse Latino here in San Antonio,
okay,
and he's another artist here. He's really great. He has a hip hop Sundays, and he invited me out to come perform.
okay.
And the bartender and everybody, it was a whole vibe. Like you could smoke inside, not cigarettes or anything, but you could smoke your 420 friendly products inside. And then they
Yep.
have a little 420 spot set up in the corner that somebody comes and sets up shop, and they'll sell you pre rolls and shit. And it's just really really like a whole vibe. They got darts, they got pool, they got a whole big ass dance floor, and they play everything on, not on hip hop Sundays. They play hip hop on Sundays, but on my Wednesdays we'll play cumbia. We'll play different stuff just for the ladies, because it's ladies' night. It's working women's Wednesdays is what we call it, and it's for the working women of the city or surrounding cities or anywhere. If you're a woman artist and you want to come perform at this spot, I'm letting you know right now. This place is literally the best place to perform.
That's good.
I've performed in a lot of places. I've performed in Indiana. I love performing in Indiana. That was like my favorite place to perform. But like I said, I'm so lucky to have found this little spot because I can go there every Wednesday or every Sunday or any time of the week, really, or any time of the weekend, and just go chill. And they got couches, like little setups, like you feel at home, like literally, and it's a whole family vibe. They got so much love for you there. Like it's exactly what I've been looking for and what I was wishing for, like maybe a half a year ago, because I had already met some promoters and they were putting me on, and then also some other rappers, and it was just a lot of like take, like they want something from me and I'm not giving what they
Right,
want. So, and I'm like, at this point, pay me. Like y'all are talking too much bullshit. Y'all ain't paying me.
right, right.
So
Yeah,
I'm
they
a
want
step
you
to
to
the
take their
side.
cover their guarantees, etc., for the big artists, and to the extent, yeah, that's good and stuff. But it's got to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's I don't always do that. Like I'll really do a buy on, and it's got to make sense for me to do it.
Right. Like
If I do it for free, that's one thing. But generally, I'm a lot of markets, at least where I'm at right now, I do get paid something. So, and that's
exactly.
it's baby
Yeah.
steps to get there. But yeah,
Exactly. And that's what I mean. I did this shit for fun for a little while, but it was only because I needed to push my brand, is really what I
right,
wanted in my goal. And I mean, I'm not where I want to be yet, but I know with hard work and consistency I'll be there, like I'm
right.
fucking hungry for this shit. Like hungry as fuck. I know this writer's block's got me all fucked up, but I'm hoping if I go to the beach and I chill for the weekend, because it's Labor Day, happy Labor Day, y'all. I'm hoping that this will clear my
Right, right.
head and get all the stresses, because, I don't know if anybody knows, but I got into a car accident recently. I was T-boned by a drunk
Oh shit,
driver, and the guy hit and
that's a
ran. So they didn't, I was off in the boonies over here, so nobody knows who did it. So, and I only had liability on my car. So let this be a lesson for anybody that's just paying like low ball insurance. If you have
It's
a
just
good car, you do
my
not want to lose, please go get full coverage. Find a good insurance. You can go and do different quotes and
I
look for
got
somebody
full
good
coverage
because,
on everything.
man, because I did not have full coverage, I lost my first car. But luckily, I was truly blessed. I went and took it to this car dealership that I had been going through that had fixed my car
mm,
before. They did some work to it, to the transmission. I went over and they took that as a trade in and gave me a new car. And I was really, really happy and excited. So that was a huge blessing because I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought I was going to have to be the car and some, chunk of change. You know what I'm saying? And at
yeah.
that point, I had a little bit of something, but I wasn't talking a lot. And they didn't want nothing. They just took the car. We signed all the paperwork and I drove off the lot. And I was just fucking so thankful.
So they basically took it as a non-working trade-in, or like
Huh?
trading. They basically took it as like a total trade-in or non-working trade-in.
I guess so. They took $500 minimum. That's what they took for a
Okay,
trade in.
that's what's up.
So those, yeah, I'm blessed. I'm straight up. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Shit,
Right.
yeah, you glad you're still living.
You plan on hitting any festivals this year with the
Man,
summertime
I'm
winding down?
trying. I'm trying. Maybe not this year, but we're trying for something next year.
That's what's up.
Whenever I was performing with Lil White, I got
Yeah,
to
yeah.
sit down next to his hype man, and his hype man was giving me a few pointers on who I need to talk to and who to hit
That's
up
cool.
and where he thinks that I would make it. Because like I love my city and where I'm from, but a lot of
Right.
these people they don't really listen to me like that because they're all like gangster shit. You know what I mean? So I love my people though. Don't get me wrong, I really do. But I want to go find my people. I want to go be where my people are. I want to perform where they are because I know that I would fucking I would fly off there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Here is
absolutely.
just like they know me. They've been listening to me, but or they don't listen to me, but they're friends of mine. You know what I mean? And then this whole city, like this city, has so much hate and resentment towards
That's
each
San
other. It's
Antonio.
kind of yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
it's like this dark entity that hovers in this city that pulls everybody away from each other and makes them just like compete and
Huh.
resent each other. And it's stupid because I see so much fucking great talent here that
Right.
if we stood together and actually put a team together and actually fought for this shit and it was as hungry as I am all together, man, we would be unstoppable. But it's so me. Let me go me. Like,
Not
no,
far.
I'm not worried about you. I'll be quick to screw you over. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
just fucked up.
And that's a weird thing I didn't necessarily deal with so much playing rock-based music is with dealing with rappers, especially.
Dude, you are so fucking right about that.
Yeah. And some of them, it's crazy because they don't understand the necessity of creating a community and a thriving community that supports one another. And that's why you've got
Right.
cities that got multiple rappers that people have never even heard of because they don't fuck with this guy or they don't fuck with that guy, or you know what I'm saying. And every rapper seems to think the sun rises and sets on their ass, and they've never left their city. And it's just weird because it does. And then they wonder why no one's fucking with them, or their egos are so inflated they think they're the huge stars even though they only got 5 fucking plays a month. And it's crazy. Like it's weird, and they don't realize that when everyone's eating, everyone's doing good. Like if everyone's working together, you can build something much bigger and grander than somebody's individual ego. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Fucking
crazy because
exactly.
I don't deal with this. I didn't, you get the occasional lead singer that had a problem or a fucking drummer, of course, that had a fucking ego through the roof. But like, it was a different vibe. You know what I mean? Like to where, like not necessarily juggler rappers. They're pretty good about that in comparison. But some rappers, man, like especially when I was first starting out, man, like it was crazy, man. Like just meeting some of these cats, and they're just so full of themselves. It's like, wow, okay, if you say so, boss. And it's just
Right.
right. And
Dude,
at
you
that
gotta
point,
bury
if
your
you know
ego
everything, you're
before you're
unteachable. So you're not going to learn
anybody.
anything. You're not going to grow. And that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, so
Right. I think a big ego ruins somebody's image to me,
right.
especially if you do not have the things or talk about the things that you don't know about. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you're out here talking
Exactly.
about AK-47s and pushing weight and you've never even lived that life, then why are you talking about it?
Well, it's going to show pretty quick too, because you can tell when someone, you know what I'm saying, real recognize real people know when people own some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
when they're
Amen.
talking some shit that don't make no sense, you're like, wait, what? But it is what it
That's
is.
right.
But
Yep.
just one thing I
No.
have noticed with rapper is a lot of them don't realize the necessity of working together as something else. They do it as very competitive a lot of the time, and it's not just one individual city. I've seen it across the country, and it's usually on the local level. Like the guys that are out there touring, they're out there doing shit. They don't got time for that. But like the ones that never leave their city, it's a different vibe because. And they don't understand. They think they're going to play the same place every week and get discovered or something. I don't know what they think, but like it's weird because anyway, I'm
Or
not going to
they're
go. Yeah,
or they're all fighting for slots over artists that
right,
really ain't pushing no moves. Like, I'm
right,
sorry, I would pay for a slot for Lil White any day
right,
because that's a legend moving. He's somebody
right.
that's
Yeah, absolutely.
we all discovered from 3 6 Mafia way back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But
Yeah,
but
that
somebody
Kennedy.
that ain't really known like that. Like, why are you even charging for slots anyway?
Yeah,
I'll tell
it's
you
not
what.
really love if you charge them for slots. That's the way I
So,
see
so,
it.
so respectfully, I know why a lot of promoters do it with up and coming artists because they want to make their guarantees and they make these agreements with their booking agents or with the artists
Yeah.
themselves. And I get it. At the end of the day, the artist is covering its bases, making sure they can afford to do this tour and they're not going to end up stuck on the side of the road out of gas. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
why I'm putting these. That's why I'm putting these ladies on like this
that's
because
what I'm saying.
fuck yes, like
And the future,
you
like
ain't
right
gotta
here,
pay no slot, you ain't gotta pay no fucking cover.
right,
Just come perform. Just come perform, and this is dope as fuck. Like, I'm not even kidding you, and it's at the best spot in town too. Like, we're right there by in the heart of downtown, right
really,
by everything.
okay,
Yeah, it's off San Pedro. It's
okay,
so dope. Like I said, I really am truly blessed in everything that's been happening because this year started out so rough for me. Like,
hmm
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I was talking about walking away from music.
really, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
because after I got into the accident, everything that was going on, I I felt like the devil was after me, and I felt like it was making me lose my focus. So I needed to pull myself back to me, and I felt like stepping away from music was going to be that. And I had not only my mentor, my best friend, and my producer Keith Bankcard Beats right behind me,
Hmm.
pushing me to not give up doing it, but like, I guess it would be the random messages that I would wake up in the morning to people just randomly finding me and saying, "Hey, I just randomly stumbled across your reel," or "Hey, I just randomly found your song on blah blah blah, and I
Right.
really want to let you know that your words spoke to me, and I appreciate you and everything that you've been through. Keep going." And that shit like pulls me back to me. Like, if I stop now, like, that's my voice for them. Like, they want my
Yeah.
voice to keep going for them too. So I keep pushing. It gets hard sometimes, but I think having that support behind me, and then the the fan base that's slowly building, slowly but
Right.
surely. Like, a lot of people will diss people that only get like 5 streams or no
You got to start
streams, but
somewhere. You got to start
the
somewhere.
reality is like good artists all start from the bottom. They all started from somewhere,
And at
and
least you're not putting.
let me tell you, they all got told no. They all
And,
got told no.
and in a sense,
They
it's
all
better
got
to
told that
have
they weren't gonna be shit too.
in one way or another. Yeah, a lot of them have. But having
Hmm.
those honest fucking that humble fucking 5 streams or 10 streams is much better than having that fucking fake 2,000 and not
That's
being
why
able to back it up in a club
I will
or
always pull up. People will be like, "Oh, Stony, we want you to come perform." Like over here in San Marcos, like, I get paid for shows out of my city, and I'm like, they're like, "Oh, it's not gonna be a big crowd, but you're welcome to come. We want to pay you." And I'm like, "Yeah, fuck yeah!" Like, I'll
Yeah,
perform for
dude.
you and the
I don't
bartender
care
all
if you're
night
gonna offer
long.
me $1 for my craft, bro. I'm gonna show up. The fuck you mean?
Shit, amen to that, because that's reality. Like me, I'm just humble when people are like, "Hey,
Yeah,
Stony," and they're like handing me a
yeah,
guitar, and they're like, "Hey, will you play that one song that you played in high school?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, I used to play a lot of Nirvana too in high school on the acoustic." All my friends would be like, what's up? Come as you are." They'd be like, "Play Come As You Are." I'm like, "All right."
what up, Raven? How you doing? Yeah, no, that was weird because Nirvana was I learned started playing guitar too. It was Nirvana and a lot of like Black Flag and Adolescence and like punk rock stuff.
Hey, hell yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
and Nirvana, it was Nirvana before that. And you know,
Grunge. That's
right,
that
grunge.
grunge punk.
Right. Yeah, it was basically slowed down fucking punk rock in its essence, and it just had more of a mainstream appeal at that point in time because that kind of busted through the mainstream when everyone was getting kind of over the fucking the recycled, just fucking cookie cutter hair metal bands that were coming out of Hollywood at that point, and everyone fucking was wearing spandex and fucking teasing their hair out. And Nirvana was a breath.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, they were beating that.
That's the era that raised me.
right. Likewise, yeah. So, but respectfully, Nirvana and a lot of the hair metal guys fucking hate it because they Nirvana killed our fucking scene, and it's like you can't really blame Nirvana for that, bro. Your shit was stale. You just didn't realize it. Nirvana came out with something fresh. It was stripped down. They took a less is more approach, but put more emotion and more, you know what I'm saying, into it. And they took all the fucking bells and whistles and bullshit out of it, and you know, made it raw again, and fucking that's what people loved about it. And yeah, but anyway,
it was totally fun. It was totally grunge.
Mm-hmm. I was actually a big fan of Holes lived through this too, even though it was fucking controversial because it came out right after Kurt died and all those conspiracy theories, and you know what I'm saying. But it was. Yeah. I'm going to give Courtney Love credit where Courtney Love deserves credit. It was definitely a good.
Should I like a few of her songs?
What's that?
I said, should I like a few of her songs? And I'm a part of that conspiracy theorist committee.
I'm gonna be honest, like honestly, Live Through This was a fucking classic '90s grunge album, in my opinion. Like I actually love that album. Like and like Doll Parts, fucking Violet. Like I heard someone do Violet on karaoke the other night. I got all excited. Like you know what I'm saying? I was the bartender, but you know what I'm saying? It was fucking cool. Like that album, I will give that album to fucking Courtney Love. Like Celebrity Skin, no, Billy Corgan wrote most of that. We all know that, and fucking it just wasn't as a good album. You know what I'm saying? It was just yeah. Anyway, I'm going off on this whole other tangent, but yeah.
No, it's true. It's give her credit where it's due.
Right. Oh no, she's batshit crazy, and she's probably done some fuck shit more so than we all know, especially within her marriage. But like,
she reminds me of my mom, and it's so crazy too because my father looks just like fucking Kurt Cobain, not to a T, but almost identical. When I was younger, we were walking through HEB one day. HEB is like a grocery store here in Texas, and this motherfucker comes up to my dad, and he's like, "Hey, I know who you are. I can't put my name on.
Oh my god!
Right now, I can't put my finger on it." And my dad's like, you know, I know who you're talking about, but no, it's not me.
That's because he put his finger on the trigger.
Yeah. So and that was already, exactly. He had already passed away. I think I was like 4 or something like that. I think he had just passed away. And my dad was like, "No, man, it's not me." And the guy's like, no, it's cool. You don't have to say nothing. Just sign this paper. He's like, so my dad fucking signed it, Kurt
Cobain. That's fucking funny. I had a friend that one time who looked like Michaels, the wrestler. I believe from San Antonio as well. And this guy looked just like HBK, right in his prime. Well, he was in Westminster, California. It's a heavily like Vietnamese part of California. And apparently he was walking outside, and this lady like flips the fuck. This Asian lady flips out screaming, "Oh my god, it's Shawn Michael! Oh my god, it's Shawn Michael!" And so he signs these chicks fucking. He starts laughing like, "Dude, this bro had like a tunic on the poster and shit." I'm like, "That's fucking funny." I'm like, "What'd you sign?" He goes, "I just signed my name." I'm like, "You fucking asshole." But yeah, it was pretty funny.
That's why I was like, "Why didn't you do that?" My mom even told him like, "Why wouldn't you just sign your name?" He's like, "I don't know, maybe to give him hope."
Right.
Just they're
trying to take it to Monstars 20 years later, and they're like, "I need to."
That's my dad. My dad loves to fuck with people, dude. He is so humorous though, and people like. He's such a friendly person. Like people love my fucking dad. Like all my friends have flocked to my father throughout my fucking childhood and my teenage years. Like that's even how. Yeah, dude, no, like, and he'd even go off the fucking deep end with dad jokes and tell some fucking naughty jokes. I'd be like, "God damn, dad, what the fuck?" My friends would be all cracking up and shit. Like, your dad's dope. I'm like, dude, that was embarrassing. Quit, dad, what the fuck?
Right.
Some jokes I will not tell. There are some bad jokes. And then my uncle, his twin brother, was not any better. His jokes were worse. Way worse. You're like, oh, that's not even fun. That's not even funny.
Everyone's got that one fucking uncle you can't fucking stand at Thanksgiving, but thinks he's fucking funny as fuck. And he's the guy who always starts up
love him.
Looks around and goes, "I'm not racist, but shut the fuck up." And it's always some dumb fucking racist shit out of his mouth. Everyone's got that one uncle. I swear to God. Mine's definitely
Mine was
Yeah,
wild.
fuck
Mine was
you,
wild.
baby.
He would walk through the house talking about spitting on some sissy.
that's fucking funny.
I'm like fucking 7, 8 years old. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, codeine and okay.
Oh shit. He's just silly, man. He was just so silly. And
That's fucking cool.
that's I think that's the part of my hip hop side. Like not only was I raised in the ghetto side of Austin, Texas, in the east side in 2-3, I went to Pierce
Mhm.
Middle School, which where I was a minority there.
Yeah.
And I grew up in that whole neighborhood since elementary school. I went to Harris Elementary, went to Pierce Middle School, and then at 13 in 2003 I was moved out here to the outskirts of San Antonio, and from there, all my teen years, I've been out here until I was like 18. Moved back to Austin, Texas, when I was 18, and then I spent like 6 years out there, and then all over fucking Texas. I've been all over
Austin's
this bitch.
crazy though.
I love Austin. I love Austin.
Right.
Even though I was not born there, I always represent San Antonio, Texas, because I was born here and I was halfway raised here. But I also represent Austin, Texas, because I was literally raised there from babyhood all the way up until I was fucking preteen. So
That's
I'll
what's
never
up.
forget where I came from.
Right.
Roots are important. That is right.
Yeah, I still have friends that I've been friends with since fuck fourth grade.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, and every time I pop out in Austin, they're there. They pop out for me. So
Yeah. I lost that at some point in my life. Whether it's just shit falling apart or me crashing out or
drugs,
some
drugs did it over here for me. Meth. I've
part.
been sober since I was 19, but meth drove me and my friends over here from my preteen years and all my teenage years. It drove us apart. Like we can't. Like it's really sad to see. Like I got away from the lifestyle in hopes
Mhm.
that I would be the inspiration for them to get away from it. And I relapsed one time, but I relapsed with Adderall. So it was different because I used to
Kind of
do
sort of
bathtub
enough.
crank
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
And so, when I got sober, it's really sad to come back years later and see all my fucking friends bad, man. Like they're so thrown off they don't even remember me. And it's so bad, like I don't even recognize them. And they'd be like, "Oh, that's so and so," and I'd be like, "What?
Where the
You're
fuck are her teeth?
fucking lying, dude.
Where did her
It's
teeth
worse than that. Like,
go? And her chin
bro,
got
they're
sucked
like
into her.
looking
What the
for
fuck?
stuff that's not there and shit now, and it's like their minds are gone and you can see it, and it's just really sad."
My mom's
So
like that.
I have a
She's all
funny
tweaked
story.
out and
My
shit.
dad's friend when I was like
I
16
know a
had
lot of
this
people
really
like
like.
that.
Oh, I got a funny story. So my dad's buddy had this fucking girlfriend when I was like 16. She was like 20 something. And so I went back to California and decided to hang out with her. This chick was, of course, I hooked up with her because I had to. It's like a fucking, my 16-year-old self was like, oh, fuck yeah. But this was not the same person, man. She had what was called formication, not fornication, but it's formication when you see bugs everywhere. If you ever see some people smoke themselves that crazy with the meth that they see bugs places and shit. So she had that and saw bugs everywhere. Like she was batshit fucking crazy. Like it was fucking sad, but like it was crazy. I'd never seen anyone that fucking bad off fucking meth, dude. And that was the thing too for me. Like I didn't really get on all that fuck shit and do all that. I fucking couldn't stand people doing tweaker shit around me. Like when I was fucking high, and people acting like it fucking drove me nuts. So like get the fuck out of here with that shit. But it's yeah. That's what I've said in these rehab places too. It's like I don't mind being high. It's the fucking dumb shit that comes along with it. The people, the fucking
My headphones died.
getting accused of stealing shit, fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. But anyway, but yeah, I've seen it affect some people, and it's gone completely downhill to the point where they're not even the same fucking like. There's not even a shred of that person there. It seems at points, it's hard to watch.
Give me 1 second. I'm having some
Oh, you're good.
issues with my headphones.
It happens.
I can't hear y'all anymore.
Turn up your hearing aid. No, I'm just kidding. You got your gear fixed.
Did that work? Am I there? Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
What? I don't know what happened.
Your headphones go out. Hold on, let me see what this is going on if I can do anything from my end. Uh, no, you still got sound on my end, so it's got to be on your end. I don't know if you can hear me.
It's because I got a phone call. It
Let's
took
see.
you off my fucking headphones. Now you're on my phone.
Oh, dude, I hate that Bluetooth shit when it does that, bro.
If you got an Android Live. What the fuck?
Are you back now, though? Oh, no, you disappeared. We've lost our guest, folks. Oh, apparently she's a rapper and a magician. We're all looking like, where'd she go? Oh my god, she's disappeared on us.
It says SP.
Well, now it's showing nothing, but
I hear
it's
you.
saying I'm still here.
Your camera might need to reset. Like maybe try refreshing your screen, and I might like knock it back into place. But yeah, because I deal with dumb shit like that too. Like,
oh my gosh.
I think she.
oh no, we've lost Stoney.
We did, but we have
She's
run.
gonna kill us. We lost Stoney. I'm just kidding. But yeah, fuck it up. I think she'll come back when she gets. I know what she's talking about with the Bluetooth because my shit would hang up on my fucking phone call sometimes when I have my headphones in and I go to take them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it would fucking just hang up on them.
That motherfucking.
So who's all still in the chats? Yami's still in there. What's good? We got fucking Zach Pachilo. We got Teasy. Teasy and the Heezy. What you got going on, Teasy? What you been up to today, homie?
That space gas is hella potent. So.
I know that space gas has made our guest disappear, you fucker.
I didn't make her disappear.
I don't fuck with you.
I'm fucking fried though.
Smoked that space gas and our guest went bye bye.
That shit's got. I'm gonna be honest.
Teasy says she's there. Teasy says she's there, but I'm not seeing her on our end. So maybe Teasy knows something we don't know. Yeah. Are you saying you see her on your screen? Is that what you're telling me, Teasy? Because I'm looking in the studio and it's not even showing that she's there.
Yeah, I don't see her. If she's.
I'm gonna shoot her a message real quick and see if she's all right getting back in. Let's see. But yeah, so what we're doing this right now. So Bankard Beats, I don't know if you know who they are, but they do a lot of Doc Gruesome shit. They do a lot of Stoney Pearce shit. That's actually who she was referred to earlier. Who she took to the airport. He's got a special going on right now. Fucking $75 a fucking beat, and that's exclusive shit. You're not doing no fucking dumbass licensing or none of that shit. Like that's across the board. And if you know anything about horrorcore and shit like that, like Bankard Beats is fucking they're a standard bearer, real talk. And so, but you can get a beat for $75 across the board up until September fucking 1st, and that's when it ends. So jump on that. It's Bankard Beats. Fucking look it up. Fucking you won't be disappointed, man. And you could hear it in some of Stoney's our guest songs as well as fucking Doc Gruesome's, and I know some other motherfuckers be using Bankard Beats too because there are a lot of juggalos and horrorcore artists like to use them. Yeah.
That's dope. If I can do a shout,
So yeah,
if I can do a shout out to somebody, Baked with Love has got a Halloween sale going on for Hallowicked. You know, they got some gas Eddies.
so you got any shows coming up, Killer?
Yes. I have something to do in Charlotte, and I have something to do.
When's that?
Fuck. Give me a minute. Maybe in Spartanburg. I'm talking right now about something in Spartanburg. but I know for
What's that? Is it Spartanburg where they do those house parties?
no, I was supposed to go to a house party. I was invited to a house party that Ronnie did. She threw a huge
That's
house party, but
so I got King Gooba on that for me, and I'm trying to get on one, but King Gooba's playing the middleman, and he's been apparently they don't know what's going on. I've got so much shit going on at the end of October
yeah,
that it's just
no, I mean King Gooba's
I can't
great
just head off to South
people.
Carolina on a whim.
You talk about good beat makers. King Gooba's like gonna be the next DJ Clay. I see it.
Is he?
Yeah, that man's mad talented.
No, I know he's talented, and I listened to some of his beats. I just haven't sat down and like grabbed one and said, I'm gonna try to write a track to this. Maybe I should utilize that and see what I can come
Hey,
up with.
I've rapped off of 2 of his beats. I did
Have you?
yeah. I've used 2 of his beats, and my homeboy KillaByNature, who should be in the chat, and if he's not, then whatever. But the point that goes is
Oh,
he makes some
Houdini has
good
returned.
ass jazz beats, man. And I mean, I know jazz ain't for everybody,
Really?
but they're smooth as fuck. And like,
There are elements of jazz that are using the hip hop. So I mean, to have a jazz based beat doesn't really necessarily mean it's a jazz song.
well,
What's
yeah, man. I listen
return?
to like a lot of
Okay.
Little Darky and shit.
Well,
So I like all types of music.
See,
me too.
we smoked all that space gas and made our guest disappear, fucker.
Yeah. No, I didn't smoke all of it. There's still some there.
Smoked all the space gas and our guest disappeared. That's cause and effect, buddy.
I can't smoke it
No, you
all.
good now? You got your headphones figured out stuff, the Bluetooth issue? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got. I can
Are
hear
we
you.
frozen up again? Oh,
It's
okay,
just
cool.
in my phone. Yeah,
Bet.
I guess they're not gonna fucking conjoin. They're gonna be fucking lame, even though it says it's connected. For some reason, you still.
All right.
Oh, when the Bluetooth decides it's fucking smart and does the dumbest shit possible, yeah, that's always fun.
Riddle me this.
Bluetooth's like, no, I got this. It's like, no, you're not working right, bud. What are you doing?
If you could feature with any artist in the underground or living, or it doesn't even have to be underground, actually. If you could feature with any artist, living nor dead, who would it be?
Mm.
Yeah, that's a
Lil
hard
White.
one. I should have been more specific, but
Lil White first and
Lil
foremost,
White.
and then
If you
yeah,
could, if
That'd be
you could
dope.
feature, it would be Lil White. You could do
Yeah.
that though. I'm pretty sure with like
Lil White with
$300, you
Amy
could
Lee on the
feature
hook
the
or
Little
what?
White.
wait, say that again. I'm so sorry.
I'm pretty sure for like $300 you could feature with Little White, especially if you toured with him.
Oh no, I plan to.
Is that
I
what
don't
he
even
charged?
give a fuck about his price. I'm gonna feature with him eventually.
That's what I'm saying.
Right
If
now,
you could feature with, I'd
I have a
like
couple
to.
features. I have one coming out with Nasty Ink soon. I think that's being
That's
released
what's
in
up,
3
dude. That's the
days.
Inks one.
He's releasing his whole album, and I'm a feature on
Yeah.
one of the last songs on it.
Actually, KillaByNature was the co-host when Nasty Ink came on. Remember he's talking
Yeah.
about that?
I
Killa-
do remember that.
Yeah. He was on here a couple of weeks ago, a month ago or so. But yeah, he did that did come out, didn't it? That album, or is it
It
not?
3
out
more
came
yet?
days.
out. He said 2 weeks. Oh, 3 days.
Okay.
So
3
yeah,
more
it ain't
days.
even been
Yeah.
two. It was like 2 weeks
I
ago
could
we
be off
talked
a
to
day.
him.
I could be off a day because I smoke a lot of weed, and it's been a very busy week.
It happens. I'll skip days too sometimes. Like it'll be like Wednesday, and I'll be like, "Oh fuck, it's Thursday." And I'm like, "What are you talking about, crazy?" I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." And it's weird because I'll have that moment of like uncertainty, but like, dude, if I would have let that go for like a day and a half, I would have royally fucked myself. Like not having, you know what I'm saying? Like thinking it was the wrong day, so I need to watch
Fucking
that.
all the
But, yeah.
time, dude. That's me. I'm always like, it's not the fucking, it's on Monday, and they're like, no, it's Wednesday. I'm like, fucking shit. Why does it feel like a Monday?
Hey, what do we do? I swore it was Monday yesterday.
I just finished my 18th consecutive fucking album, and that was gonna be
Really?
yeah. That was
I didn't know you had.
huh.
I didn't know you had that big of a catalog. Is all I was gonna say. But go ahead and
No,
talk about it
I
for me.
mean
Cool.
I fucking I was talking to Yami about this shit. I'm gonna talk to his music video, dude. I done talked to him before. fucking
Shot by
that
Ricky.
yeah that I don't have no music videos. I have over 476 songs and no music videos, and I've been turned down by the Gathering 3 times because I have no music videos.
Oh
And
damn!
it's
Yes,
okay.
Right, and that's what jumped it on.
I
It's
haven't even.
Go ahead.
it shows where I'm putting all that effort into. I'm a musician. I'm not a video technician. You know what I'm saying? And like
Right.
I practice. I like to get better with it. But as far as like
Uh-huh.
editing goes, I'm just like a Photoshop master. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
don't know how to edit videos and shit like that. I'm gonna learn and get better at it. But my
Right.
first few videos that I'm gonna release are gonna be rough unless I get a professional to do it. But like with 476 songs, I got a pretty good Spotify listening enough to know that like if I can get good music videos out, just like she said, the shit'll manifest and it'll get better and better, you know. But like where my shit goes is, and my dream with music is just to get recognized. I don't want the fucking bullshit headache that comes with it. That's why it's a nonprofit organization. We donated like $600 to mental health last year. You know, that.
So that aspect's cool as
See,
fuck.
That's
Aspect's cool
all
as
that
fuck.
matters to me, dude. You know what I'm saying? This music's not gonna get me rich, and if it does get me rich, then everybody's coming with me because I'm not a greedy fucking person.
One day.
Yeah,
One day.
I'm not a. I just and then yeah on this and then the last one we was talking about the feature album that came out, and you're on the feature album of the 17 different features, and it's a fucking Christmas song, and
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is coming around,
Yep.
man, so you know.
It's actually
Right.
not a Christmas song. I don't know. It's actually. I don't know if Nasty will allow me to talk about it or not, but it was a special song for Nasty, and he hit me
Sweet
up
home.
and he said, "I really don't hear anybody else on it but you." And
That's
he
dope.
already had his vocals laid out on it. It was just a rough draft, but he had it already laid out on it for something for me to go off of. And it helped tremendously because he kind of has the same situation, kind of in a sense, with his relationship. And I guess it was a more of a down to earth touching a personal side of Nasty, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah,
this I took it home to personal. So I kind of took it in that field and threw the ball and threw the rough draft at him, and he fucking texted back, "That's why I fucking chose you." And that shit made me feel so good because before Nasty even fucking knew I was a fan or even fucking talked to me before the Lil White concert in Indiana,
Right.
I
Mm-hmm.
had been listening. I found him through 47 Reasons. And that song fucking
Right.
bangs. I love that song. And I
And
became a
Nasty.
huge fan of
Okay.
Nasty. And so I started going through his fucking catalog, and I was following him on fucking Spotify because that's what I use for my platform.
Yeah.
And then fucking Keith was like, "Dude, Nasty's gonna be at the Little White show," and I was like, "No fucking way! I get to meet Nasty." And he's like, "Yeah," I was like, "That's fucking dope as fuck." So not only did I get to meet my legend hero in music that I grew up listening to back
Mm-hmm.
from when I was like 13 and 14 and up and shit, but I got to fucking meet him and also get to meet an underground artist that had fucked with heavily for a few years before I got to meet him.
And that's dope. And like, especially in this part of the country, as a hardcore rapper, like Nasty Inc. is kind of a step above. And I'm not giving taking credit away from anybody else, but Nasty Inc. is kind of in a category of his own as far as his sound, his production. Like he's fucking good. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? He's a good
He's a
writer.
beast, dude. He's a beast on the
Yeah,
fucking mic.
right, yeah. And so fucking if Nasty Ink's telling you that I mean that's definitely something I would take as a accomplishment.
Shit, hell yeah. Like, and then he asked me to come perform at the final Nasty Bash, and that was a huge fucking
I
honor.
bet.
And in the midst of waiting for that shit, I bought tickets to go see Lil White here in Holton, Texas, which was like 6 hours away from where I
Clear, yeah, I
actually
know that's
live.
that. I played there before.
And I actually drove my fucking me and my 13-year-old. We drove out there to go see Lil White in concert, and the first art act did not show up for their slot. So
Motherfucker.
the fucking hype man fucking put me on, and DJ Pyrex took my fucking USB stick, and Lil White was sitting there fucking hell yeah. They all
There you
wanted to
go.
see me perform, and that shit was so badass. Like I to have that moment, it was just such an honorary
That's
moment
fucking
because,
dope. You weren't even
like I said, I
expecting
grew
that.
up fucking singing Oxycontin Large.
Right. Yeah, that part. Fucking, and that's dope as fuck that you made that bond with the hype man. So, and you know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's the relationships you establish. And yeah, the way I look at it is there's multiple pieces to this fucking puzzle.
Yeah,
Sound, production, and that's part of it. Marketing's another huge part of it. Presentation's another part of it. That's why videos are so important. Presentation, then
that's
you have
yeah.
live
Yeah.
That's
performances.
what's
There's
next
so many.
in my line is we are planning to do something for Get High. I think that song is such a not only a monumental song for me because hello Stoney,
Right.
but
Woo, woo.
it's also a whole vibe because I'm gonna bring you to where I am. I'm gonna bring you down to my zone and how I am with my people in this video,
Right.
and you're just it's just gonna be a good video, and I'm really excited to work on it and actually get with the videographer that I have here in San Antonio. His name is Steve Anthony. He's actually really fucking great. Montreal. I could be saying that wrong. I'm really sorry, but yeah, Steve Montreal. He's Steve Anthony Montreal.
Well, yeah.
But
I
I
don't know if
see
I
his
know the
work,
name, but
so his
yeah.
work is great.
Um, That's cool. What was I gonna say? So you spoke on this venue that you got this thing. And I thought I heard correctly, but you're making this pretty much a showcase for female rappers and singers
Yeah. Like
in
I
San Antonio.
feel like a
Okay.
lot of us female artists don't get heard or put on enough, and I feel like there's such great talent, not only in San Antonio, but in Austin, in surrounding
Right.
parts. Like I feel like
Mhm.
their voices don't get enough promotion. You know, and I
That's fair.
doing this every week gives them not only a space to unwind and be who they are and have a safe space because it's actually it's such a great spot. Like I feel so comfortable with the people that are there. Like they have when I was too tipsy one night, they made sure I stayed there sobered up, and this is before I
Okay.
started doing shows there. Like I went there and was having a great time just because I liked the bar. And then after I
Well,
performed,
okay.
the venue owner came and talked to me, and he was like, "Well, how do you feel about doing a women's thing?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, but I work." And he's like, "Okay, you
That's
work.
fucking
Like we
dope.
could call it Working Women's Wednesday and start it, whenever you would like." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So it works around my ladies' schedules because it's Wednesday, so we all get off work about 10 p.m. You know what I mean? And so we all trying to hurry up and rush home to get ready and in our outfits and then come out. And some of us live like 45 minutes outside of town. So it takes us a minute to get there. But luckily, I've been actually coordinating with my schedule to where I can actually get off pretty early and come home, get ready, go to my venue,
That's dope.
and actually get to time to set up before the ladies start coming out. And it hasn't
That's
been
right.
as um I guess as big as I wanted it to be so far, but it doesn't
Right.
mean that I'm losing faith. I'm gonna be persistent about it, but I'm confident that it's going to pop off. I don't I don't see why it wouldn't because I feel like there's so much female talent that is slept on that doesn't get pushed enough or promotion. You know what I mean? And I'd like to be
Yeah.
that space for those ladies. I'd like to be not only that safe space, but that ground to push female
That
talent
platform.
in Texas. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That platform
And
where
I don't
we're
care where the fuck they're from. They can be from anywhere here in Texas. If you're out here in San Antonio and you're from Cali or you're from
right.
Indiana, wherever you're from, come through, come perform Wednesday night. Even on Sundays, they have hip hop. If you do hip hop, they have hip hop
Mhm.
Sundays. It's just
That's
it's
dope.
such a great bar environment.
So the bar does hip hop Sundays in general, and then you got your thing going on Wednesdays.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's cool. And then
yeah, I love it.
Good. And you're doing it every week. So, I mean, how many artists do you normally have on one of these shows?
Man, so far I've had every week about three
Okay.
artists per week.
And
There
it's
will
like
be
three different
times
artists.
when 4 or 5 want to show up, but only three still end up showing up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
But
just
I
curious.
mean,
It's a cool
some
idea.
talent that I've never even heard about from before, like K Lyric. She was just recently on one of my shows. She was on two of my shows actually, and she's fucking fire, dude. And then I brought on one of my MCs that I found here in the city. I think she's from California, if I'm not mistaken. And
Okay.
she, man, I when I heard her spit, and she's a flow master, man. When I heard her spit, I I was like, holy shit. And then she came up to me after I performed and was like, dude, you are fucking dope as fuck. And I was like, damn, you think I'm fucking dope? You're fucking dope. So I was
Right.
really glad I had her contact and I had her pull up. She's pulled up twice so far. So
So I've
she's
done that
cool as
too, where I've
fuck.
seen like pure, like rappers that I fuck with that are on the same show, and I inherently just think they're so much better than me, and then they'll come praise. I'm thinking about them, and vice, and it's just a cool feeling. That's fucking dope.
Yeah, dude, no, hell
Like,
yeah. I fucking love that shit. And that's why I was like, when I was singing Get High, I looked over when I was talking about my weed being the fucking shit. I looked over and Lil White had his finger up like, hell yeah, that's right. And he was sitting there
yeah.
bobbing his head. I was like, dude, that was enough A-okay that I needed that song was popping for me because I mean, I be my own worst critic. You can ask Keith. Like, I beat myself up. I be listening to myself over and over again, and I hear little breaths or something. I'm like, take it out.
Oh yeah, my quality control in my head is fucking brutal. I get that. Like my QC
Yeah,
department, where
hell yeah. I think every artist is like that, though. We're
right,
like,
right. Right, and I've had falling out with engineers before over it too, to where like they'll try to rush me through it, or they've taken my mix and completely fucked it up. And I'm not gonna name names or states, but like I've actually not gone back to studios and taken whole songs and had them remastered and mixed elsewhere, just over there on that kind of shit. So I
yeah,
feel it.
I felt that
That's
too.
really the only thing That's really the only thing I'm like the anal about in life is that like, and I think part of it comes from when I stopped doing bands. There was a lot of frustrations, mainly with the drummer at this point, and the reality of doing the solo thing is realizing that no, this is my artistic expression. I don't need to compromise that anymore and make it a fucking democratic decision and completely fuck up the vibe that I came up with. You know what I'm saying? So and so that's just one thing I've always held strong on is, I'll listen to input usually, and if I like it, I'll fuck with it. But if not, it's like no, we're gonna do what I said we're gonna do. But yeah,
Right, yeah. So, yeah. Shit.
but
And there's a lot of, like, there's some artists out here that you could tell they just started and they're just real nervous. So they just like sit there and stand there and just like hold the mic like this. And they're just
oh
like,
yeah,
I'm like, no, baby, you got to push that presence. So I'm
but
like
that's
really glad
cool.
to have this platform to do this and this venue and the people around it. Cause like I said, that venue opened the door for me. Cause I don't know if y'all know who Juan Gotti is, but he's
I do know
a
one guy.
Mexican
Yes.
rapper.
Yeah, I almost actually acquired the services of his manager Coulter at one point early in my career, but I didn't. But yeah, I know who One Gut is.
So I grew up listening to his music. I mean, all my friends loved Juan Gotti,
Mm-hmm.
and it was such an honor to actually meet him. He pulled up to one of my working women's Wednesdays
Really?
with Just Latino, yeah, and I was so fucking thrown away because it threw me by surprise, and
Okay.
I never thought that I'd be shaking hands with legends in this time because. You know, I gave up on my music career in 2013,
Yeah.
2014,
Mhm.
and I stopped doing music because of the traumatic events in my life that happened. You know, my daughter's father tried to kill me,
Oh yeah.
and I just never went back to it because it was the reason why he would always, you know, fucking strike me or hit me or try to fight me because, you know, people would give me attention and talk to me, and he'd be like, I see the way you look at them or whatever.
Yeah, that's
And I
fucking weird. That energy, dude. That's like
Yeah, dude. I put up with that shit for like 3 fucking years, and it's crazy because I didn't know I was so blind to the fucking abuse that he
right.
was putting me through because my children and the things that he was doing. Like, I had a car, I had a home, I didn't have to worry
Right.
about stuff, my kids was good. So I was blind to all that shit, but until he started really fucking putting his hands on me.
Yeah.
And when he
I'm
started
sorry.
putting his fucking hands on me, I nope, cut the cord and I left. I
Oh,
booked
good for you,
the
because
fuck
not
out.
everybody has that fucking strength. I mean, I've been in
But then
toxic
I was gone
situations.
and I was homeless. And it
Right.
seemed like all the people that was there talking about leave them out. You can come stay with me. Don't put up with that
They were nowhere
shit.
to be fucking
They
found when
weren't
you
there for me,
were
and they
nowhere to
let
be
me
fucking
fall
found.
hard on my ass, dude.
Yep.
And so I ended up going back to him and thinking in my head, it's so stupid. Like to see that I was in that abuse stage, to think that okay, for my kids, like I can just endure this until they're older. You know what I mean? Like that's such a fucked up
Right.
thought for me to even have, and I don't know why I even thought that that was okay, but I did. And then 3 months later, after moving back in and trying to reconcile everything, he fucking beat me to a bloody pulp and tried to kill me. So,
That's crazy. I'm
and
sorry.
it was over going out and doing music because I won the West Texas Talent Competition, and I was supposed to go to Las Vegas for my first place prize to compete for 2 grand, and I was gonna drive because I was afraid to fly, and he beat the shit out of me and told me that I would be abandoning my family if I left. So I didn't go.
Yeah, that's like crazy behavior, and like, and I understand. Like, and I was gonna add to your thing too because I've seen this happen to where everyone's like, "Oh, you need to leave him, girl. You need to leave him, girl." And but then when you do, they're nowhere to be fucking found, and they're sitting there judging you guys for you're falling fucking flat on your face. And then once you go back to them because they can't, they're not gonna help you like they fucking said they did, they would.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking crazy. It's just a crazy
yeah.
situation. And then in certain situations,
Even
you
family,
stay.
even fucking family, dude. Even family was like, "Oh, put your kids, and you can go look for a job."
You're the
And then I'd
worst.
have an interview, and they'd be like, "Oh, well, see, I can't." And I'm like, "Okay, well, what the fuck did you tell me that you could for?" I was like, "That
Right, that
doesn't make
part. It's
sense."
like, don't be sitting there shooting off your fucking dick sucker when you're drunk, acting like you're gonna be some big fucking hero and help me. But when it comes down to it, you ain't fucking nowhere to be seen. You're just trying to fucking look good. And the fact of the
Yeah,
matter is, like, you know, I'm now back in a dangerous situation because you fucking lied, and I'm not gonna stay on the streets. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, and that's the
exactly,
shitty
exactly.
part about it. But they want to sit and judge you for it. Like, and I'm probably getting triggered on some of my own shit I've dealt with in that regard. Like, that's probably why I'm getting so heated about it. But it's fucking crazy. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not. I'm saying I sympathize with you because it's not always as easy as just fucking leave them because there's so many layers to the shit. And then I know in my case, in some toxic situations like that I've been into where it got physical towards me at times. You're just sitting there deep down wishing that it went back to the way it was in almost a delusion of grandeur state and hoping for the best, and it just never does. It never gets fucking better. It just gets worse, and you're sitting there until the fucking bitter end, and it's crazy. And it took a few times of going through situations like that for me to fucking get it. Like, and
yeah,
so I understand what you're saying completely. Like, it's not as cut and dry. It's just, you know what I'm saying. And some people
yeah.
like to make it seem like it is, and they suck for that.
So yeah, so that's where Monster comes in. And it was funny because Keith was like, "Put your pain into this song, when you write it and when you sing it." And I didn't. I made this one my story, just kind of about him and how
Mhm.
he tricked me and how I thought he was somebody else until he proved he wasn't, and he proved he was who I called the monster because of what he did to me. And then don't Let Go is my testimony right after that song because that one is where I poured all of my pain. And I remember my mom when that song dropped and she heard the whole thing, she was like, "Why do you scream like that at the end?" I think she was just drunk. But I looked at her and my dad knew, because he's an artist too. So he looked at me and he was like, "That's pain." And we both said it at the same time. And I was like, I pretty much screamed and let go of everything that I had been through in that moment and put it out on paper in a song. It's
It's
really so
therapeutic in a sense. It really is.
yeah.
'Cause I've
It's
written a
really
lot of songs like that, and it's fucking therapeutic. I was actually going to ask if you heard of the rapper Rev Finesse because she does a lot. She does a lot of similar
yeah,
songs like that.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude. I just linked up with her. We are talking
yeah.
actually about collabing in
Y'all
the
gonna do a
future
track?
too.
Okay, but yeah, I was about to suggest that because she's the homie at fucking but
Dude, yeah, she's
the
dope.
lyrical context that you all were just talking about, it's like right on point.
Shout out
Um,
Rev. Shout out
yeah, shout out
Spencer.
Misty, shout out Rev. That's her husband in the chat right now. Boots, what up, Boots?
Hey.
What up? But yeah, she was actually she couldn't be here tonight because she actually had her own little interview tonight on something else. But yeah,
Hey, hell yeah, that's what's up.
yeah, fuck yeah. Well, shit. It's getting to be about 9:30. Anything else you want to plug or talk about? We lost our co-host. He space gassed himself out of here, I guess.
Um, I guess words of advice to other artists that are chasing the same shit that I am. just know that everybody out here that claims to be bosses aren't really bosses. They're out here doing the same thing you and me are doing. And I
Or less.
mean, we all got to eat. So sometimes you're going to have to pay for slots. And if it's not too outrageous, sometimes it's fucking worth it because you end up making connections and end up meeting people that meet make you make more connections that connect you to other things that you never thought you would go through. So it's just always good to just keep your hustle up and keep that bag full and just keep your money where your mouth is and don't let nobody stop you in your dream and your goals because this shit is really out here if you really chase it and you're really consistent. And I guess I would be walking proof of that shit. I know I don't have a lot under my belt like a lot of other artists I'm up against out here, but I'm humble enough to even found the ones that I have found. And to all the people in the Juggalo community, I love you all so much. Whoop, whoop. You know, like it's so crazy that y'all even fuck with me because you know I used to have hatchet girl earrings in my fucking ears. You know what I mean? And I don't dress like a normal hatchet girl, you know what I'm saying? But I've always supported the gathering. I always supported the movement. I grew up on ICP. So like I never considered myself a hatchet girl, but I fucking love the hatchet girl. So she was an emblem that I fucked with. So I love
And
I
and
love
I
the
think
Juggalo and Juggalette community so fucking much.
I think with today, it's gotten a lot more politically conscious too, and there is a lot more, you
We're
know,
losing ground that it's all about peace and
right,
love
right,
and
and
unity
all
and
that fucking
respect.
it's not right,
I'm walking proof of that too, because like I said, I'm not your normal type. Like you would never figure that juggalos would fuck with me and that I would have juggalo friends and shit, but I do,
right,
and I have so much love from the juggalo community. Like I used to go. People might not consider this a gatherings, but Austin, Texas used to have their little gatherings at Zilker Park, and like that shit would pop the fuck off. Like there would be different concerts playing in different little spots in Zilker Park and shit like that. Like it was so fucking dope. Like I met so many people through the gatherings here there in Austin, Texas. And like we might not have had ICP pull up or anything like that, but we had some fucking dope people. And it was so what stood out the most to me was the fact that it was so loving and peaceful. Like it didn't matter if you played the banjo, it didn't matter if you was over here playing spoons or whatever the fuck you were doing. There was a crowd for you and they fucking loved what you were doing. You know what I mean? And then everybody passing by was just so respectful and loving and just like, hey, whoop, 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 whoop. Like, you know,
right,
come on, guys. Like, we're losing touch of that again. You know, we're letting our views and our fucking personal opinions and our personal emotions divide us. And that's not what the fuck we've even been about. That's never what we've been about.
right. And I will say today that the juggalo community is a lot more socially conscious than it was before.
Definitely.
So people aren't hiding the abusers anymore. They're not putting up. Somebody fucking starts. We're gonna use the fucking example of Brandon Swanger. Yeah, I said the fucking name because fuck that guy. The gathering, the fucking idiot's supposed to perform the fucking main stage. His own camp beat his fucking ass, and fucking he deserved every fucking bit of it. Yeah, fuck you, Brandon Swanger.
Yeah,
You're a piece
hell
of
yeah,
shit.
he did. Thank
But
you. Yes,
yeah,
as a survivor.
and that's what fucking
Mhm.
happens. You're right.
Yep.
And he's this miserable little bald fucking imp of a man. And I don't even know how he got a chick that hot to be fucking begin with, but like he fucking is stupid. He's just a piece of shit. Like, and it was fucking pathetic. And people just whipped his ass right there. And it's on camera. It's on one of the videos of someone getting their ass whipped. Like straight up. Like it's absolutely yeah. And that's what I will say about the Juggalo community is they don't fucking put up with that shit anymore. And it's becoming more of a safe space for women as well because people aren't fucking tolerating that shit. And
Right.
that's good.
Exactly. As it should. Like peace, love, unity, respect. Like, come on now, guys. It's fucking
Right.
we all love each other. That's how it goes. We're all different in our own fucking ways, and that's what the fuck we've always supported was the difference in each other.
Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, any shout outs you want to give before we call it a night?
Shout out Bankcard Beats. Shout out Bar A20. Shout out to XO Reckless.
Well, thank you.
And so there's a lot of people that I owe a huge thanks to also for putting me on and pushing me out here and reminding me that I can I can be a boss too, and I am a boss. So
And that's dope. Like I don't think I've ever actually sat and had a conversation with you. And I really like your mindset behind the thing. I fuck with it for real. So that's fucking dope. You know what I mean?
thank you.
So
Y'all were
and
a
no, I
whole vibe too. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you coming on the show, and it's a really cool interview. I'm really glad. I'm really glad you came on. I'm glad for KillaByNature too, because he showed up after the initial guest host decided he was
That
going
was
to
dope to
not
me
show up.
too.
So
Hell yeah.
yeah, so thank you for everybody in the comments. Y'all were fucking great. Thank you again for coming. On that note, I know Swill's edition is going to be on. It's already on because I think Chaz sent me the link. And then also Bank Harbor Beats. If you want to fucking beat, they got $75 till September 1st. Fuck with it. It's a
Yep.
good ass deal. A lot of hardcore rappers be fucking with it. She uses them. Like hit them up. On that note, though, y'all have a good night and take care of each other. And thank y'all again. Adios.